Good morning, afternoon and evening my crazies, and my name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you all back to a Throwback Friday. So this is the outfit for this month. I am intending to, of course, batch make another 4 little videos for you this month. So once you've seen the first, skip this bit of the intro. The main video will carry on after the first set of ads. Thank you ever so much everybody for watching the ads as well. And a cheeky reminder, any links that I mention during these videos will either be in the little pop-up eye symbol up here or in the drop down box down below. Okay, so our very first video today is a happy mail, and it was the happy mail is from Sabrina Melody. So have a look at this. I think the stuff's gorgeous. Today I received some happy mail. Now there's a little bit of a backstory to this one. I was chatting to Sabrina. I will pop her channel link down below. She's a fellow creator. I cannot pronounce her surname. She keeps trying to get me to do it and it's just doesn't work for me. Right, so me and Sabrina were chatting about a month and a half ago, I suppose now, just over chat and everything on Facebook, and I was showing her the magazines that I'd got, which were the knitting ones, because I've got no real use for them. I don't knit. And she was going, oh, that's pretty, as most of us do when we're eyeing up patterns. Well, the ones where she said, oh, that's nice, and oh, that's pretty, and oh, I'd love to make that, those sort of those were the magazines that I put to one side. And after a little to-ing and throwing, I actually sent them over to her, because like, we're in the same country, so for me postage wasn't too bad considering how heavy the package actually was. But of course Sabrina's like me, if you get a present you normally end up giving one back. And so she said to me, right, you got happy mail coming, girl? And I was like, no, don't be crazy, don't be daft. If you do, just something really little. So, and she sent me this, which is a bit squidgy and a bit solid. And definitely not what I would call little, but from what I've seen of Sabrina's packages, she's done very well at keeping it small. Loves you, honey. Right, I can't wait any longer. I am getting into this, so let's wiggle it all down to the bottom and cut the edge. There we go. Now I'm going to try not to sneak a peek, I'm just going to grab. So I'm really intrigued because one feels like a book. I have been squidging the parcel. It's a bit like a kid on Christmas Day, really. That's my thing. It's like, oh, I can feel this, and oh, I can feel that, and oh, I'm trying not to look. But let's see if she's popped a card in. Yep, we have a card. So I'm just going to stop the camera a second, have a quick read, and check to see whether it's okay to read on camera. Right, now it seems pretty safe, nothing too private on there. Look how cute this is. Oh, that way around. There we go, a little thank you. It's a posh one as well, it's from Hallmark. That's going up on my board. Okay, so inside she says, hello lovely Angela, just a little thank you for sending the magazines. And then she tries to make my head swell, so I'm going to skip that bit out. She says, I hope you enjoy your goodies. Lots of love and hugs and yarny things from Sabrina. P.S. The yarn has just come out in the shops. Ooh. Okay, so do I hit this yarn first, which I can feel? Feels quite nice actually. Or am I going to go for the smallest? Okay, there's more than 2 square things or oblongy things. Right, let's pull out the first one. Oh, she sent me treats. And this is so getting hidden from husband. I absolutely love sea salt caramel. Oh, thank you, babe. Okay, so there's another box similar to that one. What's she got? Extra creamy. These are getting hidden. Seriously. Thank you, babes. I love me some chocolate. Oh, this is cute. You can never go wrong with a lined book, can we? Oh, sweet. Okay, that's turning into my dress book, Sabrina, and possible pattern book. That might be a bit small, but yeah, definitely my new address book. That is gorgeous. Right. Okay, now we're on to the yarn. So top, middle or bottom? Let's go top. Easy. Ooh. I was eyeing this up the other day actually. Have you been sneaking a peek on my browser history? This one is the Bramble by King Cole, and the colourway she has sent me is Haze. Look at that. Look at all the different shades in it. I'm hoping this is picking it up quite nicely. I will double check it a bit. So she sent me one of those. Two of those. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you're an absolute superstar, honey. You sent me 3 of the Bramble. They are so cute. Gonna have to find something really special for these. Really special. Thank you ever so much, babe. I love them to bits. And all I did was send you some mags to get them off my shelf so I had more room for other things. What you like? Yeah, so wow, thank you. Speechless. I'm rubbish at this. So in all the excitement, I actually forgot to tell you more about the yarn. Now, I best do it now, hadn't I? Right, the yarn is a King Cole Bramble and it is a DK weight. The care instructions are wash at 30. You can use a washing machine, but you can't tumble dry it or iron it, and make sure you lay it flat. Recommended needle size is a 4mm or a US 6. That's on your needles. So on your hook it's going to be around the same, isn't it? So 3.5ish I'll probably use. Now it is 100% premium acrylic, and there is approximately 317 yards, which is 290 metres, in this 100g ball. So I've got 300 grams to play with. I'll get my thinking hat on. I'm not going to be able to use them for a little while, so one of them will be going up on the shelf here, if I can find some room to squirrel it in. Thank you ever so much, Sabrina. I absolutely love all of it. I'm going to edit, and whilst I edit, this one will be disappearing into my belly. Right, so the Bramble that Sabrina sent me is just sitting here, and the other ones are hidden out at the back. And I have got an idea for those. I'm just hoping that when I work up the first section, the yarn goes the way I'm hoping. And as for that chocolate, I think it survived about 12 hours, which for me is really good. Okay, out of 8 of those I was sleeping, but I'm still taking that as a win. And our next video up is a Whips and Bits number 26. I hope you like what I've got lined up for you today. It's not a great deal, to be honest. I haven't got any completed whips, as I've attempted crochet this week, but it's just thrown everything back. And if you're wondering what this pink thing is, it's a heat pad. I'm giving something else a try in the hopes that I'm going to be able to crochet this evening. So what have I been up to this week? Right, as some of you would have seen Whips and Bits 24, where I said I've pulled a muscle or done something, so my right arm is not playing. It is still not playing. It is still being a pain in the arm. Instead of crocheting at the beginning of the week, I thought, right, I've dilly-dallied enough. I'm going to start writing up the patterns and putting together PDF files so that I can actually start selling some of them on. So if any of you prefer not to follow a tutorial, or would rather have it written down by the side of you so you can tick mark it off, you'll be able to grab a copy. So I thought, right, okay, which one's best to start with? So I've actually started with the cupcake blanket. And oh my word, I hate typing. I hate writing as well. As some of you probably notice in my comments, some of you get loads and some of you will get just a little bit. But so I've been sitting up at my dining table, typing away, typing more, and still typing. I think I'm at the point now where, fingers crossed, and that one's nearly finished. It just needs photos, which means I need to crochet again. So of course, because I can't crochet, I can't take the photos yet. But it now means that I can then move on to the next one. So that's pretty much been it for me, is just typing one-handed with my left hand, which is really weird because I'm right-handed. So the letters, I was typing them what I thought was backwards, which is my normal dyslexic brain, and it turns out they're reading correctly, so that's an added bonus. But I have had a little company whilst I've been doing this. I've had Liam laying on my feet under the table and Pipsqueak sitting like this. I'll pop a picture up so you can have a nose. Now Pipsqueak really hasn't been impressed with her new seating arrangements because this green blanket is normally laying on that table and that's where she prefers to be, on the blanket. So she's sort of been giving me evils upon evils, but I'm not giving in. She's not having the blanket back until I start filming. Right, so I think it was probably Monday this week, hubby could see I was getting really fidgety because of course I'm not sitting in the evenings crocheting and I needed to find something to do. And he knew I had the stuff to make stitch markers, and normally I use a pair of tweezers and I sit there and swear at it quite a lot where it bounces here, there and everywhere. So he actually picked up these for me. Right, he ordered them because we're quite lucky. We've got was it Prime or something, so he can get next day delivery for next to nothing or nothing. So he done a bit of a search, worked out which ones would be best for me and ordered them in. So after about an hour and a half of swearing and cursing some more until I worked out the best way to hold it and things like that, but once I'd done that I started making up stitch markers. The only thing is now I've got about 50 of the things sitting to one side waiting for new homes, which is pretty good because it means then that I know I've got enough so that when I run little competitions and things I can put them in sort of in with the card or something like I've done previously. So I'm hoping to get other ones up for sale at some point, but again I've got to try and work out shop and work out how to do all that. But I've got a little angel that's going to be sitting on my shoulder in a couple of weeks time hopefully, and she's going to help talk me through how to set everything up, which is an absolute dream. You know who you are, honey. So the stitch markers themselves are there's two different sizes of clasp, and I've paired them up with two different sizes of chains. So in the photograph they pretty much look identical, but one is bigger than the other. Now on to the best bit of today's news, and the bit that's actually kept me going all week. It's your photos. So up first is a photograph of, now who do I pick first? Because yes, I have two. Right, so I'm going to go with Kaz, our Aussie yarnaholic. Now she has made the unicorn C2C blanket. Here's a picture. Now this is her very first corner to corner with any sort of colour changing in. It might even actually be her very first corner to corner. Sorry honey, I can't quite remember. All I remember is how super proud I am of you, because I know how difficult this was for me when I first made it, and I'd already done a colour change blanket with a blocked heart in the middle, and so I know how difficult this one was. So I am so proud, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And the little change that you've made with the colour change with the horn and the feet is so cool. It just gives him, or her, because you haven't named him, or her, it just gives it a complete different personality to the rest. And I think this one sort of would suit a bedroom for maybe a teen girl, because it's a little bit quirky, in a nice way. And I know that my daughter, when she was going through an emo or Nemo phase, whatever they call it, when she was going through the phase, she would have had that hanging on her wall like a shot. Right, and my next photo up is from Colours of the Outback Crochet. Okay, so the update on Liam is that he does sometimes still get the tummy rash, or not tummy rash, but tummy redness. It was down to his food, so it is a case of when we end up buying cheap tatty food from the supermarket, that's when it happens. So now we know he's stuck on the posh stuff. He don't mind. Right, that is it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this week's Throwback Friday. So I will see you all again really soon. So if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. And ta-ra for now, everybody.